Welcome back to Two Homers and a Realist. It is the midweek pod, the midweek before. Who are we playing?
The church? No, the temple.
Who?
Oh, who? Very good.
The Temple Owls. The Temple Owls are on the docket. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to look back at the Michigan game. We're still in the glow of a wonderful, wonderful season turning experience, and we'll weigh all of the implications for that and how it may or may not change expectations. But before all that, we want to give a little shout out to Tobacco Exchange. They are our sponsor for the post game pods, and they're just an absolute great friend of the pod. They have a promotion going. So update us on this promotion.
Well, when we had our cigars on Saturday, we had a McAuliffe Red Toro.
Good cigar.
And they are having a cut and light event on September 18th from 4 to 7. And they're going to have a special buy 4, get 1 deal. We had ours on Saturday. It was pretty good. And I think we're going to have another of a different label this Saturday.
Nice. Very nice. Well, head out there. Actually, go out there pregame, figure out what's going on, and then you'll be really ready to plug in on the 18th for that event. Great deal. Well, before we get to Temple as an opponent and what we have looking forward throughout the season, let's look back at the weekend that was and talk a little bit about the OU Michigan game. We've had a night to sleep on it, several nights now to sleep on it, and maybe sober up a little bit, or maybe get more excited. Maybe not. So, Connor, you had some thoughts.
Yeah, so again, post game, I'm living a little bit in the moment. Don't remember a lot of it, and nonetheless, what we've said about it. No, I think just looking back, I told you guys before the podcast, I've been trying to sift through the type of feeling that a game like that, or that game specifically, has yielded within me. Saturday was just if I could put a word to it, it's just a production all around. Whether it be game day, the buzz and the hype on campus before the game, the buzz and the hype inside the stadium leading into the game itself. I mean, I walk up the ramp. One of the craziest things to walk up a ramp at Gaylord Memorial 30 plus minutes before kickoff and see a full stadium.
That's gonna be a long ramp too, because you're way up there in the nosebleed.
I walked up a lot of ramps, and then I walked up my one ramp to my seats.
So you started an hour and a half before,
right.
In that security line, you finally made your way through it.
I made the medical line. Shelby's bump got us through the medical line, and those people were.
I can see why you would. Why would you?
Well,
I'm going to wear a
No
costume.
wonder he keeps having kids.
Yeah.
He's just using it for the shorter line.
I'm carrying child in spirit. So, no, I mean, I just think overall, I asked you guys before the game on Saturday what this game kind of compares to in terms of the trying to contextualize its grandeur leading into it. And I've kind of set that aside because I think this one kind of stands on its own. I think OU Texas Tech in 2008 stands on its own as a very unique experience, had a bunch of implications with it. I mean, we're fighting for a Big 12 championship at that point, or a spot in the Big 12 championship, national title contenders very prominently. This one, for me, it felt like the fan base as a whole, or at least for myself, this was just a massive feeling that we've been kind of chasing for years, especially since Brent's been here. But even in the Lincoln Riley years, when we wouldn't have complete teams, we'd go and win games. You can't put 2017 TCU when that had some implications with it. This was just, I think it was just affirmation that I was seeking, and maybe affirmation from the fan base that things might actually be on the right track to being where we're used to getting back to the standard of OU football. So
I liken it to an arrival.
Yeah.
We have hit a new plateau.
Yeah. And what's funny about that, and I tried to think back to even some of the Bedlam games that we had here. And this felt just so much more scaled than those games. So much more, I don't know, and you put two blue bloods together like that.
It's a blue blood effect.
And it's it's serious. It felt a lot more serious.
Yeah.
And it's a game I think we can all say, I mean, I know we all picked OU to win, but I'm not saying I had nerves going into this game. There's a lot teetering in the balance here.
There's a score game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Even though it felt like we dominated.
Right.
We really didn't get a whole lot scoring wise out of it. And once we gave up the touchdown to start the second half, it was kind of like, oh, it's pucker time.
Yeah, it kind of gets
Back
real.
if it's 14-7, like
You get that, you get
we
the
need to
muff
get another,
punch.
we need to get a field goal to at least get this into a 2-score
The
game.
way I was confident was I was feeling like if we get into a situation where they tie it, they take the lead, we're in overtime, any of these scenarios, we can score to win. Where we didn't feel that in the last few years.
Or
We
on
really,
the other side, we can get a stop to win.
we can get a stop to win.
Right.
Which is funny, you look back at those Lincoln Riley years, there were a lot of get a stop to win. Don't confuse that with good defense. It's because we were in a lot of games where we had to get a stop to
Had to
win.
get a stop.
And
Because
so,
that they
because
were
so
they
bad.
were the team with the ball last.
Yeah.
I was still very concerned in the football game. Call it PTSD or whatever, but Venables hasn't shown the ability to fend off
Yeah.
this type of, comeback from teams, and that we would make the right calls, the right decisions. I guess on the flip side of that, the 8.5 minute drive was, I mean, just a thing of beauty.
And
Couldn't
it's
have
something,
been
and
any
it's
better.
something that's new for us.
It's a championship drive.
Right.
It really is. Like,
We've had
You
one
can-
of those.
Yeah.
Under Brent
but I don't
coming into
and
that
like
game.
you don't have to.
That was the
Texas.
It's not going to take much. Your team's going to remember that. And when you get
Yeah.
down the road into other games, and they're going to have the confidence, like, guys, we've done this before. Let's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
go. Let's go drain this clock. Let's move the ball. Let's get up 2 scores.
I
and win
actually
this-
think what'll be great, and maybe this is just a very homeristic, optimistic take, but if we go up against a Michigan level opponent for the rest of this season and maybe into future years, we won't be in it. There's a chance, but we will put teams away.
Mhm.
Like this is the closest you'll
That's
see a
the next
Michigan
step.
get to it.
Yeah.
But there'll be other teams, here's the optimistic take, that will be good enough that they will put you in the same position. And it won't be by your mistakes that you're in a dogfight. It'll just be because you're in a dogfight. But you'll look back and you can say with confidence, and you can tell the guys leading into that game all week in practice, when this is a dogfight, you've won a dogfight. You can do it. Don't doubt yourself.
Yeah,
You
and to
can
do
it.
that in week 2 and not have to do it, in Dallas in 4
Yeah.
weeks is huge. And I think that's the biggest thing. And there's been a lot of people who have said it, but I mean, there's some big mistakes that are made in that game on Saturday
Oh, yeah.
by us. And
Two huge special teams mistakes.
huge-
One that was a
and
turnover.
a missed field goal. I mean, you can really pin 3 big mistakes.
An interception plus 2 underthrown balls it's one of those where you look back and you're just frustrated. It's like a dropped interception. You just say that when you drop it, you don't get that many chances in games like this. You've got to capitalize on opportunities.
Mhm.
When you've got a guy streaking down the field open, or when you run a trick play and your receiver is there and you can just hit him for the touchdown and you overthrow it by half a foot, that's a difference in a lot of games between winning and losing. Now, it wasn't in this game because we were just clearly the better team.
Yeah. And just that ability to not flinch in those situations, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen in the past, we've
Yeah.
so many leads in that first year and that we just squandered for no reason because we could not hold composure and close out a football game.
Mhm.
And I mean, that's huge. So, I mean, I think overall, one of the things that I've kind of wrote down here is the marketing of OU's brand last week. I mean, has taken steps.
Oh,
I mean, it couldn't have gone any better,
I
honestly,
mean,
outside of us beating him by
in
50.
terms of
Right.
game day, in terms of the success that we're hearing or the praise that we're hearing from
Twitter was-
Michigan
The
fans.
Michigan fans
Twitter was
fought.
just
I mean,
full
is the man.
and that's
complimenting OU.
and that is completely contradictory to
Norman.
everything we've been saying for the last few years in terms of we need a better game day environment. We need a big time environment to bring people in and sing our praises and want this to be a destination. And all we hear after the game is, man, yeah, it sucks Michigan lost, but Norman was an incredible time. Got to make it out to Norman. That's all we wanted to hear.
There were people saying they wish they'd have brought us in instead of Nebraska.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say.
because Norman was such a better time than Lincoln,
Mm.
and the game day experience was way better. It seems like a really, getting a light.
And that's an
showing
achievement that
what we
we've
did a
really
good
been
job.
trying to reach. Like we have not been able to, at least amongst this group here, I think we can all agree, like it's been less than ideal or less than satisfactory in terms of what we think the game day experience. I went down to the North Oval tailgate as we walked down. I had some friends down there, and that was awesome. Like what they're doing down there for big games like that, or just in general, incredible experience. And I'm hoping it's the
Much
same
needed.
type of vibe for Auburn and you carry the momentum. But
Well, I would say what you will about the Oklahoma fan base, and it's a tough fan base because we demand excellence, but we also show up, and our support is since unwavering. One of it's our just homeristic, blind faith that always comes through, and then
at some point it's going to work out.
at some point it's going to work out. And so it's a belief, but it's a belief in your program and a support for your program. And you see it last year in the Alabama game when that was a tremendous crowd that showed up, tremendous fan support. This was a tremendous crowd that has that PTSD that Jay talked about, where you've had the rug pulled out from you, or the Lucy's pulled the football back quite a few times, and yet I don't think we're still there because we're just dumb suckers who are gluttons for punishment. I think we just believe, and we're here to support, and we're tried and true. We're not fickle. We're not fair weather. There's a fair weather element, there always is, but there's a core, and this core, unlike other programs, is big and deep and rich and ready for something like this. So it's a great reward for that core. And now I think the core is going to just a nice feedback effect that's going to be really positive.
Well, it's funny you can juxtapose those two games in terms of what they meant for the team, right? It's like Alabama was a last gasp or a hope to get to a bowl game,
last ditch
become
effort.
eligible. And
Yeah.
like, A, you spoil a season from an Alabama perspective, and B, you try to find some sort of validation of why you feel
You've
the
got
way
to the
you
bare
feel.
minimum by
Yeah.
beating Alabama.
And you feel okay. And then this one's the kind of on a different part of the spectrum in terms of I need validation that we have a shot here, and
Right.
that things are on that upward trajectory. So it was really cool. I mean, just a incredible time, incredible experience. Didn't feel like there was an empty seat in the house when they blew
No.
the last whistle.
I mean, there were kids lined up the stairs.
Yeah.
It was a complete safety hazard.
It was a safety hazard.
It was-
Actually, it was really
It
bad.
was really bad. In my
Hey.
section, like the top
Yeah.
probably 6 rows were just kids in the stairs.
Yeah. One thing that I thought about that, because, my college age kid came over with her friend, and they actually sat in 2 empty seats that had been empty the whole time, right behind us, the whole time this season so far, 2 games. And anyway, she was real concerned about the safety. And it's one of those deals where they may or may not be overselling the section. I bet they're not technically overselling
They're
it,
letting
but I
people in that
know
shouldn't be there.
or they could be letting people in that shouldn't be there, but they definitely, in the section for sure. And maybe people are sneaking in because we know how easy it is to sneak in.
Yeah.
But I know historically there were more seats in those sections than there were in other sections. Like that was a fact. Those numbers went to 35 when the rest of the stadium went to 32 for the same bench. But my solution to that is, this could be something we need everywhere, but you need chairbacks that are just dedicated seats. And then real quickly, you do or
Where
do
you're
not have a
supposed to be.
seat.
Yep.
And that would bring safety, and that would bring something that would be, it'd be very student friendly because it's a nicer seat to sit in. But it would remove that element, because I know people that sat really close or did sit really close to the student section. It's a miserable experience for them and a worrisome one because they can't get down the ramps. They can't get down the ramps to go to the bathroom or get a Coke, much less if there's an emergency.
I don't want seat backs because I'm on the top row of in section 20 on row 72, and I like to stand in my seat.
Well, you don't deserve.
I've got a brick wall behind me that I can either sit and lean up against,
Right.
or I spend probably, I would say 75% of the game I stand in my seat
Yeah.
up above
On your seat.
We've noticed.
in my seat, and it's
see
way
you.
better than
We see you over there.
if I had a chair back.
I do get that, but
That would suck.
so just maybe in the student sections and all the
Everywhere,
nice
just not the
areas.
north area.
Just not
Yeah.
the end zone.
Leave the north end zone alone.
Yeah. Yeah, that could really,
Unless, well, when they decide
they could put grass
if
there.
they do this
actually.
$450 million on the west side and finish that in, let's say, 3 or 4 years, then the next section should be the walkway above
Yeah.
from the west side around
Standing
the
room
north-
only,
the east side.
big
Do
pavilion,
like a little pavilion, maybe like, I don't know, 10 or 12 feet wide.
all kinds of
Maybe do a little
food
bit of
items,
concessions there, something like that.
bit bars,
That way I could walk up a ramp and then walk one step down in my seat
right?
instead of coming out the tunnel and walking
No, I think
50 rows up or whatever.
I think for sure that's the end goal and design. That would be an awesome, just contiguous,
TCU's was like that.
experience.
It was fantastic.
and what they,
Smaller stadium.
in addition to all of that, put TVs up so you guys can actually see the game. That would be really good.
I had the best view in the whole field.
Uh-huh.
It's easy.
No,
Love
it's, yeah.
End zone seating is the only way to go.
Sure.
I went to a junior high game last night and I went with a friend to watch his son play, and for some reason he was sitting on the 40-yard line. I mean, what are we doing?
Wow.
I was like, why can't
The
we
end
just sit?
zones were completely open.
Why can't we? Yeah, there was nobody in the end zone. I was like, why can't we go sit in the end zone and see the plays develop?
You didn't want to get made fun
It
of.
was stupid. Meanwhile, we're getting hit over the head by softballs.
Yeah, softball.
That wasn't great.
This is an OU podcast. Just to round it off, so I loved some of the stats that ESPN sent out. 9.7 million viewers for the game, but peaked at 10.9 million viewers.
Wow.
Barely beats my OnlyFans.
When you subscribe to, or you?
No.
Oh.
We'll link in the bio.
Yeah, link in the bio.
Most watched ABC Week 2 game since 2006. Next closest game on Saturday was Ole Miss at Kentucky at 4.8 million. The funny one that I saw is Kansas, Missouri, who were irate that game day didn't go to their game.
Talk about people living in a bubble. Like, what are you talking about?
Maxed out at $1.8 million. Or
Border
1.8 million
Border War.
Viewers. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just pretty hilarious. Game day peaked at 3.3 million viewers. I don't know. Overall, I watched some game. Did you guys watch game day?
So
on
I think
Saturday?
that's real
I watched a
interesting.
lot.
I
Watched a
I
lot.
watched some of it.
It hits.
sets up-
I'm sorry. It hits a little different when it's at
It
your
does.
stadium.
It
was
definitely
working.
does.
Yeah.
It I think that it's great that nobody else of any importance was playing, because that gave us the ability to have the great viewership. So someone could be a detractor and say, well, yeah, of course you got the big numbers because there wasn't another game to be watched. But there's not another game to be watched, and yet game day itself was tremendous.
Yeah.
So if I'm watching game day as just a fan of football, I'm most interested in a game day that's got like 5 big matchups that day, and I want to hear about each and every one of them. When there's just one, that's less reason to watch.
Correct.
And yet they hit tremendous
did.
numbers just tuning in to talk about OU and Michigan.
Mhm.
That's pretty
They
awesome.
posted a competitor,
172% more viewership
Yeah.
on ESPN.
And they had Iowa State, which was, I mean, that's a good game.
It was a good game.
And the game was good. Like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but nationwide implications as compared to
Well, it's
OU
everything.
Michigan is completely different.
Well, what's
Even though Iowa State looks like they want to be a playoff team.
What's cool is what I would call the 2 top rivalries in all of college football. Those 2 teams, or those 4 teams, they cross-played this season, right? And so last week it was Texas or the week before last is Texas and Ohio State, and then Oklahoma, Michigan. That's just an awesome thing. So those other fans are watching and they're interested. The Texas game got good viewership.
That's probably a
So
lot of hate
that's
watching.
that's
that
a
day.
it's a hate
a
watch
lot of hate watching.
and a tune in to see if Arch is really
I hate watching
everything that's
Texas
supposed to
and
be
Ohio
there.
State.
And there was a
Well, yeah, that too.
There was a lot of hate watching our game. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
But I'm saying that the game that last week that was popular was Texas playing San Jose State and not looking real
And
good.
Arch grimacing when he throws the ball.
Yeah, something's going on there, folks. Something's
apparently you had to
going
go to the
on.
bathroom.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd hate to see what you look like on camera when you're going to the bathroom. Like, how do those two?
That is the
things-
craziest
How
quote.
is that congruent?
That is the craziest
he's
quote.
constipated. I don't.
Steve Sarkisian said, "We don't follow you into the bathroom and yeah, film you when you have to go to the bathroom or something like that." I'm paraphrasing, but like, that's what your mind goes to.
Wow. So
He's a weird dude.
Is this-
He
this
likes
is-
those strippers monkeys.
yeah, I was gonna say there's a
No, that's his
pole
coach, right?
dancer, pole assassin, whole different pole assassin.
Anyways, no, I just I wanted to react. I mean, it was just such a
Great.
cool,
podcast
unique. That's your OnlyFans name.
name. Wait for the link.
Mr. Full Assassin. PG. All right. No, Saturday was incredible. It's hard not to kind of live in the bliss, but there's a full season almost to be played still.
I'm
So
glad
there
you're more
is.
coherent today than you were.
I'm a little bit more coherent.
You left
Couple
it all
nights
on the field and in the stadium, baby.
I was
You did.
hit the
I
shower.
will say that I'm glad that we've got some midday and morning games coming up because by the end of the day, Connor, he gives it all. He gives it his all.
Gosh, it was like, what was it? Like 2 o'clock in the morning when we did the post game pod.
Yeah.
We were pretty tired. I think everybody
It
was
was super
pretty
tired.
I
Yeah.
went hard in the paint.
I almost literally fell asleep posting the pod.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in the dead period when it's uploading, I'm doing stuff. Like I found myself like drifting off, and I'm like, I got to stay, and I'm terrified I'm going to do something just totally stupid.
Just delete the
It
whole
just
thing.
like
on
delete the
accident.
whole thing, or what are you posting? You posted audio with no sound, or what is it? So that's why I always preview and listen a little bit. Like, okay, all right. I think I have almost posted it without any of the intro music or any other the other stuff, which would be real awkward when we talk about.
That's a fun day though. It was such a fun day. I mean, I told you guys before, it's like it's fun not only be able to do a post game, but be able to come in on Wednesday and be like,
Yeah.
man, we're coming off a big win, a legitimate big win, in
Yeah.
my opinion. I'm happy. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
we're playing Temple this week. It's exciting. We're
It is
2-0.
exciting.
I mean, it's great.
So looking forward, one more thing about posting, I did remember, I don't think I told you guys, I did fully post the video and then had to kill it because I remembered that I had not placed the Locks of the Week music or intro. And so it's gonna be I put it in there as I just
That would
drop
be
it.
Wednesday.
It's a dead space.
Yeah, last Wednesday, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so there'd be a dead space and then it would come on at the weirdest time and then over our talking. So looking ahead, has it changed our expectations? We ran a poll and the poll was basically how many wins are the Sooners going to have this regular season? And here's the results. Less than 8 was 8.3%. I mean,
There's some pessimists.
there's
out
some
there.
pessimists out there. I mean, sure, maybe, but
Or non OU fans.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you could just be trolling us with that response. 8 to 9 is 33%. 10 to 11 was 50%. 11 more than 11, 8.3%.
We got a bunch of homers listening to this podcast.
So
We
okay,
might have the best defense in the country.
10 and 2.
Yes, and
we,
8, 9.
we were both.
Same. 8-9.
Yeah, I knew that you two are the 10, 11.
I'm 10, 11, and
100%.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing why don't I
I'm
say
saying-
basically 12? I should have
I'm
made
gonna
it
say
greater than
9.
11 is 12.
I stuck with 9 just because it's just,
the gauntlet.
yeah, people have mentioned all day on Twitter the last 2 days or so that, looking at our forward schedule, they're not sure they've ever seen a team where every single conference opponent is ranked in the top 25.
Mm-hmm.
And the team we just played was ranked.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
10 out
that's
of
wild.
12 games.
It's
are ranked opponents currently.
absolutely wild.
I kept it with the 8 and 9 because
5 of Texas.
I had us winning this game originally when I looked at our
Right.
schedule and said we were going to go 8 and 4.
Right.
This was a win. So
Right.
to me,
Didn't change.
your question was it didn't
Yeah.
change my opinion.
So
I do think our defense is probably a little bit better than I thought it was. And our
offense.
offense is probably a little bit better. I don't know.
Isn't the offense though? It may
I'm
not.
still on wait and see.
Isn't it?
I got to see more.
It hasn't. There were a lot of question marks coming.
compared to last,
Relative to what though? Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
So-
we scored what
compared to Kyler Baker, I don't know.
59 points in 2
But
games,
compared to last year,
and one was against a run done.
No.
No, compared to what I thought coming in,
I'm saying coming in, I had my question marks, and a lot of those have been satisfied.
I'm
So
not
now I'm like, it could be there, it could be there. It's at the
there.
higher
We only
end.
scored 24 points. We had another 2 turnovers. So to me,
One on offense.
still hasn't shown me what I need to see to think that this is a 10-win team. It's not there yet.
You're big. Then the
We
biggest
didn't
thing.
put that many points up against an
All right,
FBS opponent,
so
and then against some good Michigan defense.
what if?
24 is solid, but it's not.
All right,
I don't think we have a great
Okay,
offense
so
by any stretch of the imagination.
give me 2 passes. Burks runs the right route, and that's not an interception.
Okay,
And he hits one of the 2 receivers. Pick your one that's either sets us
That's
up for a
correct play.
touchdown. Well, we have 1 of 3: a touchdown, sets us up for a touchdown, or probably hits a streaking guy for a touchdown. I think it was Burks as well. Maybe it was Lewis. Give me
It was
one of
Lewis.
those. One of those passes plus the interception doesn't happen, and you've got 14 more points. Is that all it takes to get you to 10 wins? 2
no,
passes?
I probably would have said 9. Like if we'd
The score would have been there,
have won
38 to
38 to
13.
13, then I would have been like, no, our offense is really good now. But I mean, you got to make those plays. You gotta not turn the ball over.
Okay, and I'm
We're-
not
we're
not disagreeing. You
0-4
can say that.
turnover.
I'm just saying like it doesn't take much, right?
And that's gonna tie into our
Like,
prop
it's-
bet of the week.
It's not
But
okay.
we are 0-4 in current turnover ratio.
Don't say the prop bet yet.
So how we
But
are
from the-
so good that we can overcome a 0-4 turnover.
Our defense is so good that we stop them from scoring.
Our offense
We
is
gave
so
up one
good
field goal
that they can give the ball up 3 times because they didn't. The team gave the ball up 4 times,
Defensively,
and we were able to overcome and score
Defensively,
plenty of points.
if I see us lock down a true spread offense with good receivers,
All those things fully spread, I guess.
that can sway me to an additional.
We may play the best receivers that we play all year in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
And
given-
and the job there
But
will
of course,
be
Eckler
make
doesn't throw
him,
very well.
and the job there will be make him beat you with his arm.
Correct.
Shut down the run, beat us
Don't-
with your arm.
Don't be Bama.
Right,
Don't let him tear you apart in the run game
right,
and make him throw the ball. And make him throw it downfield.
right.
Don't let him live in the flats.
So that's a
that's
good point,
awesome.
Jay. If we need to face a complete team offensively that we can't make one dimensional, and when will we face that team? It's not, I don't know if it's Texas.
It's more Texas than it is. I don't know.
It's more Texas than Auburn,
More Texas than Auburn.
more
I don't-
Texas than Kent State or
Maybe Ole Miss.
Temple. Ole Miss, yeah.
Ole Miss is more sound offensively than
I mean, definitely LSU, but that's the last game of the year.
So
Is Ole Miss the game after Texas?
No, South Carolina then Ole
South
Miss.
Carolina on the road, then Ole Miss. South Carolina can run and pass.
I'm not super worried about their pass game,
I would
but you
agree.
might have to you might have to concentrate so much on their run game
That
that
it
it
gives
opens
up.
up a pass.
I am less worried about South Carolina right now than I was to start the season, but
I'm
the
more worried
worry,
about Tennessee.
the worry there is still the fact that we go to South Carolina.
Well, Tennessee plays Georgia this weekend. That's gonna be a
That'd be a
big,
really big.
that's gonna be big. Let's see what's really in store.
I
for
think
this
Tennessee
game.
is a whole lot harder than I gave them credit for, because I actually think they got the better end of the
This
deal.
guy might be better than Nico.
Yes,
No, I mean, they're 0 UCLA's 0-2. Nico looks like crap.
I would much rather play Nico than this kid.
I think Tennessee is a little underappreciated and Georgia is overappreciated. I don't know. I did not see they played Austin P right last week,
Really didn't do too well.
and they did not do well.
No.
At least by the score. I didn't see the
It was
context of the
28 to
game.
3. Their starting quarterback was in the low 30s on pass attempts into the fourth quarter, and that's a Division II football team.
And you're throwing that many times.
And a poor win at that.
Yes.
So I don't, that's worrisome. It's got to be worrisome from a Georgia perspective, which is interesting, not to get on the dead horse or whatever it is about the schedule difference. But again, Texas's schedule just keeps looking easier from things like that. Now, Mississippi State looks better than maybe a traditional Mississippi State. Florida doesn't look so good. Who
Well, the
knows
other-
about Vanderbilt?
The other 5 that they play
Kentucky played Missouri, or no, Kentucky played
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
hard for a little
Yeah,
while.
yeah. So that's probably that. Okay, that's
Picked
a
the
little
field goal
better.
Screw lock of the week for
Yeah,
Eddie
yeah,
Connor.
they did. We'll talk about that in a minute. What else on your, anything else on?
No, I mean, but on the question at hand, I mean, I think I'm still in that 10 to 11, and I'm on the rise to 12.
But didn't you have us beat Michigan to begin with?
No, I did, but here's my thing: is I know I had us beating Michigan. It's a validation game for me, as I said earlier. Our offense, the ceiling is very high in terms of what this could be, and I think it can get there. Like
And the floor is
to-
higher.
yeah, the floor is higher than what I thought it was. And to Steve's point, there's 3 plays in that game probably where if you get a little bit better on offense after game 2 of the season against a very premier opponent, which I think we will, the ceiling is very high.
Not to mention the O-line progressing and the running back.
We had 4 new
And
line
the-
starters in this game.
The run game has to get better.
Yeah.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
I'm saying
Has
to
to
your
do
point though, like
Right.
the ceiling was. I
If,
mean,
if
that
Ott's
was
the
a
guy we
very
thought he
base-
was,
Right.
and Giovanni Gibson comes back and is the guy that everybody said in the spring and
Yeah.
was really good,
We don't have our best wide receiver apparently on the field right now.
then
Yeah.
maybe we are talking 10 wins.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, and then defensively, that defensive performance was
Stellar.
unquestionably one of the best defensive performance I've ever seen from an OU team.
We had one busted
last-
play,
And rewatch.
and Brent fell on the sword saying that it was his mistake.
Yeah.
But really, I did rewatch that play several times. Cortland Guillory, that was his gap, true freshman second ever
He
game,
just doesn't see it.
he was a half tick slow.
Yeah.
Like we were literally a foot away from
So it was
stopping
his gap.
a 1 yard.
Was
gain.
Bowen,
doing?
was Bowen out of place?
I don't think Bowen was out of place per se. It's just when you give him that
He
kick
looked,
out
he
lane.
looks slow and out of place to me, but I
I
don't
don't,
know.
if you see it, they have a good job of
Oh,
opening up that lane.
It's
but
run as
but
designed, yeah.
Portland stayed on the outside
Outside.
as if it was a bounce.
didn't
Instead of
scrape it.
He got
scraping in.
and Bowen was gonna cover the out.
I'm not sure if Bowen was going for that, but either way, it just left the perfect spot.
So that's,
And if you don't make
we're
a habit of,
nitpicking if that's
yeah, if you don't
that,
make a
yeah.
habit of that, it's not
Yeah.
a problem.
No, it's not.
If
And
it's one or two
so-
busted plays a game and you give up 7 points, stuff happens.
with your question about didn't you have us beating Michigan, I had it on a probability spectrum. So Michigan was one of the many games that we could lose, right? And so there's Michigan, there's Texas, run through the schedule. We beat Michigan and we looked really good doing it. So that to me is why it elevates everything a lot. And I have trouble not thinking that on the 10-11, I'm at 11. I'm at 11-1. And it can get to 12. 12 is tough. 12 is real tough to do because there's a luck
11 is
factor.
tough too. How many teams won 11 games last
No,
year?
it's very tough.
If you get
Like
through,
three?
if you get
Very,
through
very tough.
Texas and South Carolina, assuming you get through Auburn, assuming
That's
you
a
get through,
lot of assumptions.
assuming you get through Kent State,
You gotta get
and
through Temple. Temple scored points.
If you get through, we'll talk about that in a minute. If you get through Texas and South Carolina back to back, and you're undefeated, it's really hard for me not to say 11. It's really hard for me not, and depending on what Bama ends up looking like, or Tennessee,
LSU.
vice versa. Yeah, I mean, you should win that many games. If you're winning those types of games, you should win 11 games.
I mean, if you're talking 7-0 at that point, of course I'm going to shift from 8 wins or 9 or 10.
well, yeah,
but
Right, we're doing the same thing. We're
No,
doing
but
the
I
same
mean,
this
but
game, we all four, when we looked
We
at our
didn't lock
season
it.
schedule, we all four had OU winning this game.
probably
And then
winning this
going
game.
into this week, we all four picked OU to win.
But
this
I had
game.
a scenario, and
So
it's
I
possible
didn't
to
see-
lose that game,
It-
and
it was
it's
possible.
one of two you lose all season.
But I didn't see enough of the offense to make me think we're capable of winning 10 or 11 games.
but that
Easily.
also means you saw what you expected from defense.
Yeah, I saw.
You didn't see
saw the
above,
defense I expected coming
so
in.
you didn't see above expectation defense.
No, because I knew Michigan was fairly one-dimensional, which is our strong suit, is stopping the run
Yeah.
under Brent.
That's fair.
So going into this game, I was like, it's going to take an incredible effort from this second game starting freshman to throw it to windows that are going to be tight, which the one that they threw over, who was it on the back? of the
RSJ.
helmet? RSJ. Perfect coverage. I mean, you literally couldn't ask for anything other than him turning his
Just an
head.
incredible catch.
Yeah.
You can't ask for better than that.
Right.
So outside of him making 6 or 7 of those plays, which he didn't, the defense is where I expected us to be.
So I would say, I think you're right. I think that's nothing to disagree with exactly there. But the only thing that is an extra positive is this was a when the going gets tough type of game. And the defense didn't face the luxury of everything clicked on offense and they didn't have to do their job. They had to do their job. They had to do their job for 60 minutes and they did. And when we had to get a stop, we got a stop. When we had to hold them to a field goal, we held them to a field goal.
Did we ever bring 3 and outs? We have like, I felt like we had 2 maybe.
On them?
No, on us.
Did
Uh,
we go
When we
three
run
and out?
offense. I
We
feel like
had a not a good third quarter
For,
because they got the
right.
run we talked about, and
Right.
I think we had a couple 3 and outs like right to start, and it just
right,
wasn't
we
looking
picked
good.
up a first down on third down on the first drive.
Well, first drive we scored.
But I mean, we go down and score,
But I
but it's
feel
a
like-
third, it comes to third down and a canic acrobatic
Yeah.
catch. And then on the next
I think in
drive,
the second quarter, we
no,
had a 3 and out.
yeah, it'd have to be the second quarter.
And
So we had one in the first,
It's second or third drive.
second drive.
Yeah, second.
We had one in the third, 2 in the third. And that's it.
So
So
3
three.
3 and outs over a course of an entire game. That's acceptable.
And yeah, I mean, compared to what we were at last year, and again, I don't have like the last year's stats, but I mean,
A
yeah,
thousand.
I would have killed, I would have killed for,
We had
no,
12 a game.
no, but I would have killed for, we were 9 for 17 on third down efficiency.
We had some 2 and outs too.
So I mean, 9 for
We
17.
had a lot of take the first snap and fumble it.
We were 1 for 1 on fourth downs. Like,
Yeah.
I'm dying for those numbers last year.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Temple some. So, well, actually, before we talk about that, let's talk about the AP poll and the rankings and the little controversy that came up in college football in general. So we come out, we moved 4 places up, which I love. I think it's appropriate, but I think we should be in front of Clemson.
Agreed.
Clemson has not looked good. They've lost games. And did they fall 4 places? Something they fell quite a bit. I get at some point you got to stop falling and we have to stop rising, but I don't know if that's where it's supposed to
I
stop.
mean, there's a team in the top 10 that hasn't won a game, and we're 2 weeks in.
There's something special about him?
Well, they're
0-1 Notre Dame. is
they're
number
they're
8.
very historically good.
Ah.
If you
Hey, they're gonna
remember,
play like a champion today.
yeah, play like a champion today. Ever since like the '70s when we've been doing it since the '50s. No,
40.
no,
So we moved up
yeah,
5. Clemson
Lou
dropped
Holt-
4.
the '40s.
I think I saw. Was it 49?
Yeah, maybe
I don't know.
Wilkinson started that in
I think
49
so.
or 50. And did Lou Holt start that actually? He
In
started
the late
that.
70s. I
And
think.
I don't think he was there in the late 70s. He was still at Arkansas. He didn't go to Notre Dame until
I remember him being
80
like 86.
when did Lou Holtz go to Notre Dame?
That was
80
like 84, I think.
Yeah, 84, 83.
Stats guy. Oh, he's at practice.
I think it was 84. Almost.
So anyway,
Regardless, we beat him by decades.
but a bigger controversy than that was Florida
Oh, sorry,
in one
86.
86. Yeah. So one voter had Florida moving up 2 spots after they got beat
By
by
South
South Florida, who was
Say-
somebody's lock of the week.
Say
Well, that
her
was
name.
me.
Say her name.
Her name was
Haley Sawyer.
Haley Sawyer.
Guess what?
And-
Who she's affiliated with?
Florida.
Cosmopolitan.
I don't know.
USC.
Oh, that fits.
They
That
watch a lot of
tracks.
football there.
That tracks.
And then the worst part is
Her response.
her response. She's doing a Zoom video and she's laughing about
Yeah.
how she chose
Yeah.
her picks.
Yeah.
Take her vote away immediately.
It's awful.
That is a joke.
Well, it does a
She couldn't even
disservice
defend
to
herself
everything.
because she doesn't watch
If
football.
you're another AP voter, it diminishes the value of your vote, of the poll,
It's embarrassing.
of everything.
And
It's
I've seen,
very
I've seen other
embarrassing.
tweets say,
Admit
"Oh,
you made a mistake,
if you think this was
Yeah.
bad, if you think hers is bad, check out this guy's, and he did it too. And
right?
there was like 3 people that screwed up on multiple places. You know,
Get them
like,
all out.
How the hell do you get
Get
an
'em
AP vote?
I know.
What is the
you got to be a journalist.
what are the
Wait, we're not-
what are the
we have one.
requirements?
Even if you're
Can we
not
get one?
watching all the games and you can't watch all the games, for the love
at a
of
box
God,
Go
just
into
look
some
at the
sort of
score.
analysis. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Look at win-loss record.
there's been a lot of people who come out, and one guy I don't like Danny Cannell, don't like the guy. I think he's an idiot. But to his point, be able to defend your votes.
And
Like,
she just laughed it off.
and because I don't think she knows who South Florida is.
Yeah.
I don't even think she knows it's a team. Truly,
She
like,
thought it was like beach volleyball out on the.
and the response of all the votes that come in, there's so many votes, so it all balances out. And who said it? Was it Josh Pate maybe, or someone in that realm? How do you think the voters on the college football playoff committee baseline their votes?
They baseline it off the AP.
And guess what we're talking about is OU plays 8 SEC opponents that are currently ranked. What are we referring to? Currently ranked in the AP. Like, it matters. So to be able to discount it the way she discounted it and just shrug it off like it's quite literally not important because everything balances out is absurd. It's wild to me.
It feels like somebody who this is just their seasonal job.
There's too many AP votes
But you
out
know what
there.
I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
she does whatever it is the other 8 months out of the year. It's like, oh hey, by the way, you have an AP vote this year.
Well, to
Okay.
justify it by, there's a lot of voters and my vote doesn't matter. Well, then if your vote doesn't matter, then decline to answer. Be
Yeah.
done. Because it's not 250 million people voting in this thing.
Well, and it's similar to the BCS. Like, the BCS formula included AP votes, did it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And then
included
it
AP
went to,
rankings.
Football Writers of America.
Right.
And there was some of those same people that did the same kind of
Right.
stuff and
And
took a lot of
massive
criticism
bias and
between bias and just ignorance.
ignorance.
So it's-
which this
It's
case.
frustrating because this could count, this won't matter for most teams, but this type of behavior could be the reason that a team doesn't make the playoff that should. It
Ranked
probably not a quality of or a notoriety of an Oklahoma, but if you're one of the Liberties of the world or somebody
Or
like
South
that,
Florida.
or South Florida.
You're ranked behind
South
Florida.
You
How's
got to
that
worry about that. You got to worry about the fact. I could see him being ranked behind him, but to have your
I
opponent
can't.
go up,
You can't.
I don't know, two top
They have
20
a better win
two
and beat
top
them head to head.
25, two top
Yeah.
25 wins.
yes, probably so. I'm just saying beating the team doesn't mean you necessarily
No.
go above them.
No, you could be 2-6 and
But
beat 9-1.
They could be left out at the end of the day because of the inertia of not being able to get where they deserve to get at this point in the season because it's South Florida. They're not going to get a lot of showcase games.
I mean, if South Florida beats
They're playing
Miami,
Miami this
for
week.
their
if they
resume.
beat Miami this week,
And now they almost have
They
to.
should be a
you
top
almost can't
12
argue.
team.
you can. I could argue that they're top 3 team in the country.
I don't.
They're
By
not.
football test, they're not. But all they've done is whip 3 ranked opponents in a row.
What are they ranked right now?
18.
They're better than 18. They're better than 18.
Maybe.
They
They-
still might
They
not be,
deserve to be better than 18.
but it
I mean, what was
deserves
Boise
to.
ranked when they beat them?
25.
Boise was 25,
Mhm.
and then
20 or
Florida
25.
was what was Florida?
16.
They're ahead of us. Yeah.
But I mean, regardless, and hats off.
Here-
If they beat
I
Boise,
thought
If
that
they
should
beat
be
number
like-
5,
Here's where it'll be bad. If they lose to Miami
and drop
by
out completely.
7 points, they've outperformed. They're supposed to lose by 17 and a
and they'll
half.
probably drop out of the top
And they'll
25.
probably drop out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like that's not deserved.
And they're
And that's
probably a
not
top
fair.
25 team.
And that's a problem.
Well, and hats off to South Florida. Like,
Yeah.
those 3 games you scheduled to start your season, and maybe you don't know what you're going to get when you schedule them 4 to 5 years ago or
But
however.
Well, you got an
probably
eye-
know
you
what's
got an
gonna
eye
Florida,
down,
Miami.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
damn, like you're going Boise, Florida, Miami, back to back to back before going into conference play, which from what we see, like that's a bar none favorite to win the American Conference. Like, I don't know how you.
I would think South Florida's the lead for the the
Be at
G5
large, yeah.
And now they have to, unfortunately. That's really frustrating. Well, let's
Hmm.
let's talk deep into the Temple situation. So we'll have score predictions at the end of all of this. And before we get to that though, just what do you look at? Is this a look ahead game risk? Is this a game where OU is trying to work out kinks and therefore it's not a big margin? Because the spread has moved from opening at 25 and a half to 21 and a half. That's a big move for a spread.
Yeah,
And
I think the fans are overlooking it for sure
yeah, oh, definitely so.
because we beat them like 51-6 last year or
52.
whatever.
Because they're not good.
52-3.
And they're not good.
They weren't good last year.
They're not good. They're
I
not
don't have.
good.
I don't have like concerns. I think
Unless they do well against us, and then they're pretty much one of the top 10 teams in the country.
yeah, exactly.
I know how you operate.
My feelings towards the game are history scares me in terms of how we respond after a game like we come off of this past weekend.
Texas 2 years ago.
That, and I know that's been the big storyline after the press conferences and everything else. It's like how you deal with success, et cetera, et cetera.
Or
Great.
Nebraska,
Completely agree. Nebraska in 2022.
you know,
If what I want to see, I want to go put them in the ground from the first snap,
yeah,
and I want to leave no doubt leaving the first quarter because I think that's what great teams do.
yeah.
I think that you suffocate your opponent no matter who it is. And I think Temple's gonna ride the wave of, I mean, we saw a post of them. I mean, they're getting all sorts of hype from all different corners of the world in terms of posting pictures with Baker Mayfield's mugshot in it. They've got a good coach, seemingly. I mean, they're putting up points. Like I think there's a level of confidence there, but at the end of the day, it's Temple. At the end of the day, we're Oklahoma. This should be an out of question game after the first 15
Well,
minutes.
you look at the fact that an owl is a nocturnal animal, and this is an 11 a.m. kick, noon local.
They're gonna be sleepy.
They're gonna be sleepy.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be good.
Gonna be groggy.
So there is some truth to the fact that we're Oklahoma and they're Temple, and we should be able to establish our game. If you're a coach, I think you have to look at it as it's a 12-game season with hopefully a playoff at the end of the rainbow. And if everything falls right, an SEC title game, that's a long season. You don't want wear and tear on your guys. So as much as you want to work through some stuff, you want to give your guys a rest. The question came up this week, who is the number 2 quarterback that comes in? What happens with Michael Hawkins? And they were I love it. They were saying we don't necessarily want to burn his redshirt freshman or redshirt year. And so it happened in his freshman year, and you'd like to preserve that if possible. But at the same time, you got to be thinking about who you don't do it to sacrifice Mateer. You do it in a decisive game that's put away, and then all of a sudden you're integrating the third string quarterback, your friend from Chicago.
I mean, this is probably one of 2 games remaining where we should be able to get Mateer off in the third quarter,
Yes.
which gives Hawkins 2 more games to burn if he has to burn them.
Well, what
The rest,
I
I
don't
don't,
think he plays.
I don't know if the spread says that.
I don't think he plays. Spread doesn't say that. I don't think he plays.
think he plays.
I don't think he plays either.
I don't think he plays either way, right? I think he only plays in the event of a disaster.
They're saying if it's like 35-3 at the end of the third quarter, you think Neubauer's in there?
Neubauer's in there. And if it's
I think he should be.
Oh,
Yeah.
Neubauer's more than capable of finishing out any
A
game
quarter.
that's in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no question.
yeah, and you rely on your
I
defense.
think they might even put him in with a 10-point lead against someone.
No, no,
No way.
no, because they're trying to.
He's not a rum dum.
It's got to be
No,
20.
but this offense is
it's
still-
got to be 20.
You still have to have the timing of the quarterback and receivers, and a 10-point lead. You're
Yeah,
not.
but he's more experienced than Hawkins is.
Still, I don't
If
think
you're
that
gonna,
happens.
if you have a 10-point lead,
That's a good
against
side prop
anyone,
bet of the week.
If you have a 10-point lead against anyone, either your offense is not scoring anything or they're scoring against the defense.
Right.
And if there's,
in SEC play, it could be 20-10 versus Auburn and Mateer gets hurt. I don't think Michael Hawkins is coming in.
I
I
think
bet he
whoever
is.
the true number
he
2
will.
becomes in,
if
I think
Mateer gets hurt at all, it's Hawkins,
it's Hawkins.
I think so too.
in my
Well,
opinion.
So you
Well,
think
guys are wrong.
you think hopefully, knock on some wood, it does not happen. Mateer gets hurt. You think that
Fourth
Hawkins
quarter? What quarter?
in a game that's not decided?
First quarter against Auburn.
First quarter?
Yeah. To really test it.
Third quarter against Auburn in a 3-point lead.
Don't
With
be
a,
putting this
with a
stuff out in the
3-point
world.
lead.
A 3-point lead?
Yeah.
Don't be putting this stuff out in the world.
All right, maybe
It can't possibly happen.
I mean, on the depth chart, Hawkins is listed as 2.
Hawkins
So
will
if
go.
something happens,
listed.
If Mateer gets
He's
hurt,
listed
Hawkins
as-
is gonna play.
we don't know that.
yes, we do.
Well, that's interesting. I
We do.
hope
We're not gonna
we
take.
don't get the
We're
test.
not gonna take bets because we're not gonna
No.
put that vibe out there. We're already putting enough bad vibes out there. But
But you're wrong. It ain't gonna happen.
I hope we don't see Hawkins or Mateer in the fourth quarter against Temple on Saturday.
Agreed. What do you think? Is it different?
We know what he thinks.
Yeah.
He's wrong.
I think it's,
So
It's too bad.
yeah, it's got to be right.
what are we worried about Saturday?
I think you're worried about overlook. You've been practicing on Auburn all week. They throw a wrinkle that you're just not, and they start exploiting something, and you're in a battle, and your guys, we've seen that before, and that happens where guys are just not able to get. If you don't start the game hyped, you can't get hyped in the third
No, it's
quarter.
not-
It's
it's not
just not
quick.
going to
No, I
happen.
I don't expect a battle. It might not be pretty.
What we're saying worried about though.
And yeah,
But
you
worried about-
you left, but my take was what I expect from this team to show that we are taking the next step in the right direction is we go and we put our foot on their throat in the first quarter, and there's no doubt.
Yeah, I can
after
see that.
No, that's what I hope.
My concern for the game would be kind of like first game of the year. Just injury free, play fairly clean.
So don't
get ready
play
for Auburn.
don't play Fasusi on Saturday.
No. You just
No, but that's
You gotta
no,
play
but
your-
that's a question though.
no. You play your guys. They got to play. He needs to play. He's played one football.
I don't
game.
want to. You know who I don't want to see play on Saturday is Gentry Williams. Don't play him. I don't care if he feels like his little tummy hurts
What
going
about-
into the game.
What about Deion Burks?
Well, yeah, you play healthy guys, but like guys that came off the
If
field,
Gentry's banged up still, okay.
even remotely,
What about
he's 98%. You don't need it.
What do you mean you don't need him? They scored 55 last week.
Yeah, tell us about their scores. They scored 55
Temple scored
against.
55 against Howard.
Oh,
Who?
Howard.
They
Howard.
scored
Howard, they have a-
42
no.
against UMass.
Yeah, don't overlook. Both those teams have really good debate teams. They're very good. Bunch of nerd
I
school.
would say that their offense has improved over last year, for sure.
For sure.
Temple, sure, okay,
Temple,
yeah,
Because
right,
their coaching
right.
improved.
They're coaching him.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that Temple played at the Philadelphia Eagles Stadium. I assumed that they had
How many
like a
fans do you think they'll
35,000
have?
stadium.
How many fans do you think they'll have there? How many Temple fans will there be?
Temple fans, 20,000.
10,000? And then you get
It's a number like that, right?
20,000 OU fans?
Do you think it'll be,
I think
no,
it'll be-
you think it'll be 20 to 10?
I think it's gonna be a cavernous stadium is what I think. I
It'll-
think the
it will
upper
be.
decks are gonna be tarped off.
I think there's
I'm mad at myself for not going to this game
I think there's gonna be 40 to 50 there.
because I had
And
originally
you think it'd
planned
be 20 and 20? What do you think?
No, I think it'd be about, yeah. Maybe not 20.
Philadelphia's not a college football town.
And there's some
So-
there's some OU presence in the.
That's why I don't think you're gonna have a lot of Temple fans there because outside of,
So how many
players'
fans will be
families
in the
and
stands
Temple graduates.
and what will be the ratio?
I think there's gonna be 30,000 people there. It's gonna be 20 and 10. I think you're gonna get anybody that's ever graduated from New York that lives in the New York Philly area.
From
Because-
OU in New York, yeah.
Yeah, because New York's an hour and a half train ride for $50 on the Amtrak. I made that trip.
I bet there'll be plenty of people that graduated from OU that are in New York that will not be at this game.
I don't know.
I'd say 70-30.
70 Temple, 30 OU?
Fan percentage?
Yeah.
I'd say 70 OU, 30 Temple.
I mean, I think that's why I got 20 and 10.
I really think so.
I got 66-33.
I don't know though. I mean, I guess there's
That's an
hype,
expensive
I-
game to
I
go
just know
to.
It
for
is.
sure that
but
Philly-
people are doing it.
Philly is a
People are
pro
doing it.
sports town. Where they're playing, you get off the subway and you walk and you've got the football field on the right, and then you've got right past it, you've got the basketball arena, and then on the left, you've got the baseball stadium. They call it the Philly Sports Complex. And it's literally a
Yeah.
train stop.
Yeah.
And there's those three places and they all share parking lots. So when you're going to Phillies game, you park over here, park at the football and the basketball stadium. And I think there's a couple of ancillary lots. But I checked today, the Phillies are actually playing at like 3 hours after the OU game.
What are tickets going for right now?
The Phillies are playing?
$14. I don't know,
So,
nothing.
Like I said, I'm mad at myself because I've been to the Phillies stadium.
I'll give you
twice.
40-60, 40 Temple, 60 OU, and I will
I can do
take,
that.
You're
and
not
I,
far from
and I will,
You're going under 30,000?
and I'm doing, no, and I'm saying that if 40-60 ratio, I will take the under for OU, so that OU has less than 60%.
What's the total fan person, you think?
Upper decks are tarped off.
30,000.
That's what I'm figuring.
No upper
It
decks.
just
seating.
won't be, it'll.
And I
it'll
said
be less-
2010, that's
that's
66 and 33.
67%.
Yeah,
So
67,
It'll
33.
be less than 60.
It's sweet and
No, I'm saying if we were
not
to,
that far off.
we're not, well, no.
You're saying like
I'm not giving my number.
18 and 12.
No, I'm not giving my number. I'm saying that I will give you, I'm not gonna hold you to 67%. I'll hold you to 60% and I'll
Gotcha.
still take the bet that we have less than 60%.
Gotcha.
I think it'll be closer to 50-50.
So it's just suite level and lower bowl seating. Right now, your cheapest ticket is $46.
Here's what'll be hard to see.
Sounds about right.
It'd be hard to ever verify it because unlike the OU fans who will be clear as day, other than the fact that their colors are similar to ours, you're not going to get a bunch of Temple people or indifferent people that you should legitimately count either way. You won't know where they fall. You may get some people watching a game.
Well, maybe we'll hear cheers. We'll be able to tell by the cheers.
Cheers might tell you something. Yeah. We'll look for
We'll
it. We'll
crank the
try
volume up and try
we'll
to
do the
decide.
best we can to try and decide.
And there will
between
probably be
the two.
reports from the OU beat reporters that'll be like, man, this is a heavily OU.
I'm not sure those
favored
guys
stand."
know how to count, much less do estimates of large crowds, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
Just
I mean, I don't want to Trump estimate on crowds here, all right?
What's the biggest thing you guys want to see Saturday from the team that you want to carry into Auburn?
I want to see the offense be able to run the ball.
Yes,
And
yes.
You want to see the new offensive line
Yes.
starters actually do a little bit of road grading, and I want to see at least, I don't know, 180 yards rushing.
Would be great.
What not from
Not
material?
from
I don't-
material.
I
What do you do with
Material.
Blaylock?
What do you mean? What are you doing? You're running?
Blaylock might be our best running back.
Yeah, do you not rest his shoulder?
No,
You not rest Gentry?
I'm not wrestling Gentry.
Is Blaylock hurt?
Yeah.
Because that dude freaking took some shots on Saturday and got right back
He-
up.
I
and
think
kept
he's-
rolling.
I think he's pushing his way through it.
He's got a bruised shoulder.
So,
That kid's not
do
sitting
you
out.
think we'll
He's
see
got,
Tatum?
he's got that special brace.
No, you know who I want to see? I want to see Xavier Robinson if I'm going to see anybody
That's
who's
who I wanna
down on
see.
the depth chart.
I want to see Robinson get some
Like,
meaningful carries.
Let him
I'd like
freaking
to see
carry the rock.
actually do something.
I would like to see y'all do something. I'd
Whether,
like to
even if
see
it's
that.
just like a swing pass or,
Yeah.
you know, a couple counters that he
Something
takes
for
the
more than
outside.
3 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like to see, I
I would agree.
want to see what we paid for.
I agree.
I want to see that, and I want to
Holistically,
see
agree.
a run game that I can get some confidence around, that we can move them off the ball and we can just get yards that we know we can get.
Give
We
Auburn
should be
something
able
to look
get.
at.
Now, I don't know, you know, they scored points, but they've given points up too. I haven't looked at what
They
they've
haven't.
given up on rushing.
They haven't given up that many points.
Yeah,
They
they gave up
given up.
3 the first.
Howard didn't score a lot,
They
really?
scored a touchdown.
I
Wow.
think UMass scored, I think it was 45-20 if I remember right. And then I think Howard scored 3,
They were
Like
doing their
55-3?
dissertation on the side.
55-6, something like that.
UMass, who
UMass
does
scored
UMass
that.
play this week? They're like a 30,
UMass scored 10 and Howard scored 7.
UMass is like a 37-point dog against somebody this week.
Yeah, it's against Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri, come on.
Somebody might be locking that later.
Oh. So,
And mind you, UMass got beat by the mighty Bryant last weekend.
wow, is that Bryant, Texas?
I
It's a
don't
high school
know.
team.
The Bryant Bulldogs. I have no idea where they're from. They play a bunch of teams I've never heard of.
Is that a soccer?
They're in, I don't know who they are.
I mean, the state of Massachusetts doesn't know anything about football.
Mm-mm.
Ask Tom Brady.
Well, a lot of those things remain to be seen, but before we get to getting some real predictions going, let's start with some trivia. You got some trivia for us, Lucas?
I got a little bit of trivia.
Has this been vetted by
I
AI?
had to correct Chat GPT twice in this trivia
So
question.
this trivia question, I don't know it yet, but it comes in highly suspect.
How many games all time
Okay.
has the University of Oklahoma played against a team with an owl as a mascot?
Oh my God.
Temple Rice.
Yeah.
I don't know who else are the Owls.
Owls.
My daughter and
Well,
son.
it's a hint.
How many have we played? How many times have we played Rice?
As
Twice?
a hint, Tulsa played 3 owl teams last year on their schedule.
I'm gonna say
There are 3 FBS,
There's like some Sunbelt teams.
3 FBS
3
Owls?
FBS owls.
I will say
And
6.
we have played.
I will say 6
All three.
times. Are we counting the matchup on Saturday? Or are we
No,
counting
I'm
past?
not counting. I'm counting past matchups.
Six.
But
5.
individual number of games?
Number of games.
So if we played
You
Temple
played them
twice,
twice,
that's
they
2.
count?
Yes.
So I'll
Not
say,
counting this weekend.
Not counting this week.
I'm saying 5.
I'll say 7.
I'll go crazy. I'll go 9.
11.
11
We
Owls.
played Rice 7 times.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We
We
have
played Rice.
Temple 3
Regional.
times.
Okay.
And Florida Atlantic.
Florida Atlantic. Oh, how could forget
2018.
Florida Atlantic. Yes.
That was the 3rd team Tulsa played last. So
The fighting
11
Schnellenbergers.
owl teams that I could find in the history of Oklahoma football.
Wow. Okay.
3 Owl teams 11 times.
Yeah.
That should be clear.
Kennesaw State is also the Owls.
We've never
have
played
not played
them.
They did play somebody last week though. Who did they play last week?
Oh, I can't go do that right now.
Yeah, they played somebody big last week, honestly.
Well, that's a
It's a good trivia
that's a
question.
good trivia question.
Well done. Who?
Woo-hoo.
So I'm gonna, when I post that to the historical
check it.
record, I'll do a check and I may have to asterisk that.
Well,
and see.
ChatGPT originally,
Yeah, what
did
did
not
it
get it
say?
right.
What did it say?
I don't know. I think I screenshot.
So,
I had
well,
to
if you go
correct
to
it twice.
chat, you can look at the historic.
What flavor
it originally
are
said
those cigars? It smells like vanilla perfume.
It's probably his, because he's done, and I'm definitely not vanilla. I'm
Mine's-
Italia.
Mine is Delight.
so. We
Yeah.
played Temple in 1940 and won. We played Temple in 1942 and lost, and then we played them last year and won 51-3.
And then
And
Right.
Rice we played 7 times between 1921 and 2000.
we were
Played
in the
2000.
Southwest
We
Conference.
Played them in 2000.
Yeah, 2000. Bob Soups.
Yeah, that I should have thought about that being the
Yeah,
Southwest.
he did not know that we played Florida Atlantic until I asked it. I was like, "What about Florida Atlantic?" And he's like, "Oh, you're right. Why am I having to tell AI the correct answer?"
Well, regardless, Jay's going to be correct because it's not less than 11, and he picked 9. Great.
Yeah.
Would you have gotten? What would you have said? Do you think? Do you know?
I probably would have said 6 or 7.
Yeah. That seems like the logical one. Well, when you play an owl, so we're 10-1 against owls.
Should be.
Oh, I don't know how many times. Yeah, you don't know how many times the Rice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Well,
We did beat Florida Atlantic on one.
look up the record of OU versus Rice. I think it's pretty. I don't know.
Well, when I go to Sooner Sports, it only gave me from 1970 something to current.
Yeah,
It was weird.
Sooner Sports is never your source for
Yeah.
that. They notoriously
That
bad.
was a backup check.
Notoriously bad.
So
Well, regardless, I think
5-0 against Russ.
5-0 against Rush. Yeah. Okay. So
well, it's possible we played him 7 times.
7-0. I don't know. Gemini's wrong. What do I get? What do I? You're gonna have to fact check the hell out of
so
this. trivia.
frustrating.
You're gonna have to trick.
Don't
you're
make me
gonna-
look it
Kids at
up.
home, you cannot trust AI.
Don't make me look it up. Well, regardless, we've got a winning record. So I would say that when we play an owl, it's kind of a lock. And that's time
They're
for
not the apex predator in our
that's
field.
right. No, they're not. Owls are pretty awesome, by the way.
The owls are
But
great.
let's talk about
Screw them.
the locks of the week.
The realest deal. Locks of the week.
So the locks of the week last week, 2-1 was the place to be, and some of us didn't achieve that. So I was
One of
2-1. Lucas was 2-1. Jay was 2-1, and then our listener was 1-2. Connor, who did you emulate? Us or the listener?
Come on board with the listener.
You were 1-2 with the listener. Yes, you
Oh.
were.
Tough.
It was tough.
Got screwed in a couple games.
There were several tight games in both cases. I will say my 2-1 is very frustrating because I went with the local heroes known as the Oklahoma State Cowboys, and they looked totally pathetic.
That was lock of the millennium.
I did not realize you. went
That game was over
Yeah.
before the second quarter was halfway through.
That game was over in the second.
In the
drive.
second quarter, you were winning, and it was done
And
from
no,
there.
no looking back.
No looking back. There was no hope for the 28-point spread where we both win.
We're not going to talk about them here, but that
It-
program is
it-
in
so
that program
sad.
is in some despair.
It's so bad. And it frustrates me more. I told you guys, my number 4 lock of the week was Mississippi State,
Mm.
who covered.
Me
And I was
Connor
real close
got some
between
bad
the
luck
two.
because we had Ole Miss minus 9.5. And they were up by 10, and Kentucky kicked a field goal with, I want to say like 8 seconds left to get down by 7,
It's
and
great.
then try to attempt the onside kick. So
God bless.
they lost by 7. We had 9.5.
It's
In
the
their
right-
defense,
it's the
they-
right
it's the
play.
right
It's the
play.
right
Yeah,
right
it's a little
call.
backdoor cover though.
But
the
it's
right
it's
Mark Stoops should have had some cojones.
That's a bad beat.
gone for the touchdown.
that's the kind of thing where as a bettor, you deserve them to miss that field goal.
yeah.
Or you deserve them to win it outright.
Right.
But it's the worst of all worlds when that happens. That really stinks.
I counted on the mighty Arch Mannings of Texas University.
Yeah,
to
you went-
Score multiple points.
Yep.
You
You
did not.
you had a good story behind it, but Jay, you were 2-1, which makes you 5-1 on the season, 83%. So you have nothing to be ashamed of. Lucas is 3-3, 50%. That's pretty good. Connor and I are 2-4, 33%, and the listener also is 2-4 with 33%. So let's see if we can get this thing on the winning track for this week. Who wants to lead us off on what they have? Let's start with the listener. Who we have as a listener?
Listener, we
Make your
have
picks.
my guy John from this band, The Trading Company.
All right.
They used to be performing in the 2010s to 2020 era.
What do they trade?
They kind of retired now. Really good
Lyrics.
band, but
Lyrics.
Oh, they
you know,
trade
they're kinda
lyrics.
not around anymore. Sucks.
Man, it
but-
sucks.
Well, I got
Business
some
Tail
picks
was
from
their
John.
mascot.
Shout out
It's
John.
One of the many shirts at Buffalo.
Oh, nice.
Tail, Oklahoma based.
It's a bison, but yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
So he has USF plus 17.5 against Miami. Kent State plus 22.5 with Buffalo,
How much? 22.5?
22.5. And UMass plus 35.5 against Iowa.
Yeah.
He went with 3 pretty good size underdogs.
How many?
3.
No, how many?
No, 35.5.
I like that one too.
I know UMass got the doors blown off by Temple.
I don't know. I mean,
Ohio
that's a
State,
lot of points
Second
for
K
Iowa to score. Iowa.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if Iowa can score that many points
Yeah, that's pretty high, 35.5.
against a math school.
I mean, I guess
Okay.
they could win that game 38-0, but
All
They're
right.
gonna run the ball a lot and be a lot of time
Yeah.
eating. So
So let's go with Connor. What do you got?
I'm gonna go back to the well.
Yes.
Team that hurt me last week. I'm gonna expect them to redeem me this week. I've got Ole Miss -7 against Arkansas. Next pick, I've got the Hokies of Virginia Tech giving 7 as well against Old Dominion. And I'm gonna ride Florida's despair. I'm gonna go LSU giving 7.5 against the Gators.
I like that pick.
That
7.5
line,
doesn't seem like, that seems weird.
that line opened at like 9.5 and it's down to 7.5.
So, I mean, is that supposing Florida overlooked and they're on
I
the,
don't know, that game is
what is going on?
that game
I
is,
stayed away because I
that
figured
game is
Florida
in-
overlooked South
but
Florida,
it's in Baton Rouge.
did nothing but prepare for LSU.
Yeah, I mean,
Not only are they upset that they lost, but they're also still prepared.
but are they not very hurt still?
Or are they not very good still?
I think
I
they're
mean,
not very good.
Yeah.
I mean, DJ Lagaway,
Mhm.
his post game was pathetic after that loss.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
All it was it's football. Like, yeah,
Come on, bro.
We got beat by South Florida. I think so. It's not just that. It's not just the Florida mishaps. I think LSU's really good. I do. Like, it sucks,
Well, if I were taking that, I would take,
but I think they're really
that's,
good.
that's not, I would be right there with you, because I don't get it. Well, let me go next, since I'm right there with you for the season. No, wait, what else you got? Is that all of it? Yeah, that's all of them. So I've got Notre Dame giving 6.5 against Texas A&M. They're the 8th ranked team in the country. So obviously they're good, even though they're 0-1.
Is that game in College Station?
Nope.
It's in, yeah, South
It's in
Bend.
South Bend.
So they've got 2 weeks to prepare. They've got every reason to want to win. They know
they have to win.
they know they have to win.
They have to win.
I mean, they don't have to go 11-1, but they have
Well,
to
they
go.
lost the first game of the year last year and then ran the table.
No, they
Second
lost the
game.
second
It
game.
was the second game? Okay.
But they did not
They beat
lose.
A&M in the first game.
But-
They lost to Northern
All right,
Illinois.
you're-
Northern
But
Illinois,
going
yeah.
0-2, I don't know. I don't care what your next 10 games look like. I don't think you can start 0-2.
They've got some big games in there. You might be able to sneak in. I mean, you've got USC.
It's
you've
the old
got-
lose early thing.
Yeah.
Which actually has been a little bit disproven when people have looked at it, but still there's momentum that they could build, but you've got to be worried. If you're Notre Dame, you've got to be worried. And they've got to think this is just one of those opportunities, and you won't get too many because their schedule it's not a Texas A&M caliber all the way down. So SEC team, it's not a must win, but it's a really, really want to win type of game. And so I think that they're putting their all into it. Luck of the Irish, they're going to pull it out. And I like the 6.5. So it's the 6.5 that really gets me excited because that's a good number. Just a touchdown wins it for you.
I mean, actually, their schedule, the way it lines up. I mean, we'll see. They've got Arkansas in Fayetteville. They've got Boise State, who doesn't look like they're a good team.
I think I had Notre Dame in
USC and NC State,
semifinals.
That's not very good
not good.
because they need
maybe Pitt,
a win.
maybe Pitt.
Oh my God. None of those are meaningful wins. None of those are wins that you're like, oh my God, did you see how Notre Dame beat Pitt?
They go 11-1 with their only loss being Miami. Then
They're in.
They're in.
Yeah, I mean, but if
But not
you,
10
but
we're
if
saying
you
if
go
they lose
10,
two.
if you go 10-2, you're feeling really uncomfortable regardless.
yeah, because even if
Right.
you run the table, you really
need
don't
help.
have a
You
good
got to
team.
have some other teams. Not
All right. Well, I like my pick. I've got Navy 13.5, giving 13.5 to Tulsa. Tulsa's not a good football team. Tulsa's not serious about football. Tulsa, they're going to give up 2 touchdowns. And again, I like the number. 13.5 is a good
I
number.
mean, if Navy can beat us,
They can beat anybody.
you know,
And then speaking of us, I got the Sooners giving 21.5 to Temple. That is a very favorable line. I'd love it if it was 20.5, but why would I care? Because as you'll see with my score prediction, it's not going to be close. It's not going to be a worry. We would have covered the 25.5. We're definitely covering 21.5. I got the Sooners.
like it. Boomer Sooner.
All right, Lucas, what do you got?
I have Oregon minus 27.5 against Northwestern. I don't know how they don't put up another 50, 60 points.
I mean, Northwestern, am I not knowing something? They're not good, right?
I mean, they're probably better than OSU, but they can't be that much better than OSU.
Right.
I don't know.
Is that,
man.
and that's
I
a
don't
huge
know.
team, right?
Can't remember honestly.
That game is.
Probably doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but that game is in Chicago.
Nice. Is their stadium done? Is Northwestern's
Think
new
so.
stadium open?
I believe so.
Okay.
Northwestern's 1-1 with a loss to Tulane.
And the mighty Tulane Green Wave.
That's a couple years ago. That was one of the strongest teams.
And they
Yeah,
lost.
I
That
recall.
was our first podcast.
I have LSU minus 7.5 against Florida. I liked it at 9.5. I love it at 7.5.
Agree.
And I have Mizzou minus 27.5 against Louisiana.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Connor's checking his phone to see if I got the right line because
No,
he's like, why didn't I take that one?
No.
That's so good. He's like,
Does
that one-
UMass play Mizzou at some point?
UMass?
Who did I just say UMass played? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Yeah, they played Mizzou.
No, they didn't. I
They
don't know
didn't?
what
Like,
else.
UMass played Temple.
Oh, they were
in the year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know where UMass and Mizzou, Louisiana comes up, but
Well,
No, it's something in my head.
all that aside, now is when people tune in and actually start placing their bets.
Right.
So Jay, come on now. What do you got?
Right.
Give us the 2-1, maybe 3-0.
I'm gonna take the opposite of a team who has severely underperformed and that I unfortunately have as winning the national championship. I'm taking Georgia Tech plus 3.5 over Clemson. I think Clemson might be an absolute fraud.
Wow.
I like that.
All in the fraud. I think you might be right,
I
actually.
really like the pick. I like the pick a lot.
So you're not necessarily saying Georgia Tech wins the game, but at 3.5,
No, I think
That's
Georgia
pretty
Tech
good.
probably wins.
I love
I
it.
think Georgia Tech's a
I
sleeper
love it.
team. They're gonna be tougher. They're gonna be more physical.
Where's that game at?
I don't know.
Is this the end for Dabo?
somebody here has Georgia Tech in the playoff. I don't know that it was a great pick, but it was on the fly pick.
Well, as of today, I think it's better than my Clemson winning the national championship.
Yeah.
The game is in Atlanta.
Um,
What stadium in the country gets more played than the Atlanta?
Right?
Falcons
No.
Stadium?
No, Georgia Tech has their own stadium in Atlanta.
Is that where they're playing though?
Yeah.
Are they in Atlanta? Georgia
Yeah.
Tech?
Yeah.
Georgia Tech's in
Okay.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, but was it week 0 where there was
Yes.
a game on like Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah.
Both that stadium.
Right.
It seems
roll out
like
the
every
red
time I turn
carpet.
around, they got the SEC
So-
championship. They get they get the Peach Bowl. and they
That
get, like, national
stadium,
championship
that
games.
stadium is incredible.
It is
might be,
incredible.
but who wants to go to Atlanta on vacation? Like, come on.
Well, it's not a vacation. It's just to watch your team get beat.
Dominated.
But yeah.
Or get
Some
dominated.
people like to go to
Yeah.
Dublin to watch their team play football.
Well, Dublin has nothing on Atlanta, Georgia.
We're not doing it again. Go ahead. Next pick.
I'm gonna take the big game of the week
Ooh.
going against another team that I think
Going
could be a
Tennessee.
fraud. This is Tennessee plus 3.5.
Calling
against
Georgia a
You calling
fraud.
them outright?
Yeah.
You saying outright win?
Yeah.
I think
I like the
I
pick.
like the pick.
I like
I
the pick.
really like the
I
pick.
really like it.
I'm sorry, but we all like the pick.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Not good.
I wish that was
This is-
I wish that was a
Good.
nighttime primetime game though.
Yeah, it's
the
2:30.
CBS game or
That's
the
great for us. We can
SEC
do the
game
pod
of the
and watch it.
Sure.
That's true.
touche.
And this line just didn't seem to make sense. I know they didn't play great, but Arizona State minus 14.5 against Texas
I agree.
State. I mean,
I agree.
it's defending Big 12.
Last week, weren't you
Dillingham
talking
can
about how
Go to
Scattaboo,
hell though.
the loss of Scattaboo was the loss of everything though? And
You know, but this is Texas State.
so
Arizona State's
Scott
not very good.
Bakula and Kathy Ireland once were Texas State, and she kicked the game-winning field goal before they were actually a program. So I think that I don't know.
Is Texas State gonna fake a heart attack from the head coach to amp up the team?
You
Kinda
never
cool if they
know.
did.
You never know
I
for
got
sure.
the current ESPN line 16.5. What did you get it at?
14.5.
Okay.
Nice.
It's moving.
It just looked funny to me.
I agree.
I didn't. Arizona State lost the last play of the game to Mississippi State,
The worst team in the SEC.
but you would assume Mississippi State's better than a Texas State, right?
Right.
You would assume.
So hopefully they're pissed off. They're upset.
I kind of hope you're wrong, and I kind of hope Texas State just wins that outright.
I mean, that'd be
Shut that
fine.
whole fan base up.
That'd be fine. I just don't see. It just looked like an interesting number. I don't know.
Fan base is
Didn't make
fake.
sense to me.
It is a fake fan base.
It's a fake head coach as well.
Well, I think those are good locks for sure.
I mean, that sounds like 12-0 to me.
I
Yeah,
really liked Duke plus 1.5 against Tulane
I like that one too.
because it's a Mensa going
Yep.
back, play his old team type deal.
Yeah.
And I guess you go both ways. He might want to show up his old team. His old team might be like, "Hey, dude, why'd you leave us?" And
We're gonna ruin
Tulane
that.
could play out of their out of their minds. But
Maybe we're gonna have Jackson Arnold here the week after next.
Tulane could go to the Big 12 and be like a top 4 team right now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's probably true. Well, a top 4 team in the league.
In the league.
Yeah.
In the league.
Yeah. Which competes obviously for a Big 12 title, and you're right in the middle of it. Speaking of teams that we thought were going to be good, and boy, they don't look like it's Kansas State.
Dude,
wow.
What is going on?
They're going 3.
that's really bad. How not good that's going. Who
And-
do they play this week? They've got it's not an easy game. Why do we do this to ourselves?
So
we
as you're
do?
pulling that up, Kansas State, I mean,
Kansas State.
you're looking at a
has
team that
Arizona.
Arizona.
And
Yeah.
Arizona and Kansas State's favored by 1.5.
Yeah,
Arizona.
that's a pick 'em, basically.
Arizona.
Yeah.
What's going on at Kansas State? I mean,
I mean, you got father of players fighting brothers of the player,
I think
That
I
was
think
messed
they
up.
pulled.
going to Ireland.
This is my opinion on what happened to them. They did exactly what we did last year, where they ran off their veteran, good quarterback who went to Ohio State and won a national championship.
We didn't run Dylan Gabriel off.
Well, I think we ran Dylan Gabriel
I think we did too.
by making Jackson Arnold the starter, regardless.
Okay, we can say we ran him off, but every one of us on the podcast were of the opinion that
Yeah.
Jackson Arnold should be the
We
starter.
made it.
No. We thought
made a
so,
decision.
But the coaches,
Moved on.
Moved on from
Moved
him.
on,
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
whether it was from promises or whatever, or they just thought he was better too, and it's just.
Well, those are two different
It
situations,
is a
right?
hindsight.
Well, no, it's two different situations because we had the luxury of making a choice that we made probably the wrong choice, whereas they couldn't compete with Ohio State. If Ohio State's calling, you're not going to be able
I
to
don't
show
know.
up with enough money.
Obviously, we don't know. I don't know if they had to though. It was more of a deal where their quarterback right now was the same thing, the up and coming, younger, better, talented, more player who looked promising and good in practice and this and this and that. The problem is he wasn't that last year, and they just assumed he was going to take more of a step than he did last year into this year, and it is just not working.
Well, and I
Right.
think
When you miss on a quarterback, or you miss, as we saw on an OC and a quarterback, you've got to really,
you're in your
Yeah.
you've
you're
got to
in-
refigure this out.
Yep.
and,
I mean,
and fast.
And Kansas State
Really
could have.
fast.
Kansas State is a good enough. He's a good enough coach and a good enough program to go get somebody else. Like they didn't realize it soon enough in the offseason or whatever after reevaluating last year that maybe this guy isn't the guy.
Well, I think I've drastically overestimated Chris Kleiman's ability to be successful based on what he did against us specifically, and maybe biasing towards that type of opinion. But I think I've picked Kansas State 2 years in a row to win the Big 12. And given they beat TCU, they won the Big 12 when TCU went to the national title game. And maybe that was also part of that, but that program is not trending up. in my
They're
opinion.
not. They're really not. And
And they lost to a really, really, really not good Army team last week. Army's not good
They lost the first game, didn't they?
to Iowa State.
And then beat.
is
No,
they're
I think
0-2.
Army lost the first game.
Yeah, to Austin
then-
P.
Yeah, and
To
then
Austin
beat
P.
Kansas
And then
State.
beat Kansas State
Right.
at Kansas State.
That's what I'm saying.
It's wild.
Yeah.
so is Kleiman Matt Campbell? Is he a guy that missed his opportunity to make a move and now he's stuck in a local maximum
Maybe
and
Matt
can't
Campbell's
get
come
off?
back around though. They're 3-0, looking like they're.
Matt Campbell circa 5 years ago.
I mean, even now with Matt Campbell, he's not the hot commodity. Nobody's gonna
Not
like.
as hot as he was.
No, they're not looking to maybe get an NFL job or any college
No,
job.
no, no. Iowa State,
again-
like with their schedule, may run the
So
table.
who was
in the Big
who was
12.
who was his quarterback when he was hot?
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
I mean, there's so many coaches and stuff can be.
So you look at these coaches, I think
Could
those,
be
those are
latched
pretty
on-
equivalent.
latched
You
on
got two guys
guys
who
from
missed their
Florida.
opportunity to move on, and now they're sort of stuck with where they are.
Hell, Brent Venables could be latched on to the single acquisition of John Mateer.
True, true.
God, don't say that.
We were very high on Kansas State and what they were putting together with Kleiman, and now it's just doesn't look like it's
well,
there.
Well, my thing with K-State has just been it's even since the Bill Snyder days, it just has felt like it's a well-oiled machine
Yeah,
to produce consistency and to produce overachieving talent where you are out throwing what is expected of you
You're punching above your
every
weight.
every season. Like it's
So-
man, we got to worry about this, but or we might have a clear path, but K-State's right there, and it's a weird, and maybe it's just because they've given OU fits in the past where I have this kind of negative bias towards them or positive bias
For them,
against our
but yeah,
favor.
I got you. Yeah.
So it's an odd like they just might not be good.
Exactly. And they face competitive pressures now from Kansas, who is better financed, has a huge donor,
Better talent.
better talent. Well, they've got, when you look at the two schools, Kansas is the flagship university for Kansas.
Mhm.
And that means something. If they're going to get serious about football, that's tough for Kansas State. So Kansas State missing their opportunity and then misfiring, and the same thing with Kleiman, if he's missed his opportunity to move on, then they may be stuck in a situation where they're just struggling and trading water to be who they want to be as a program within the Big 12, a so-so power four for sure. They've got to worry about their future. I mean, they've got competitive pressures from Kansas, from Texas Tech, from TCU, from Utah,
Yeah. BYU.
Arizona State. So you're in the
falling
mix of
into this
all of
abyss.
them.
You're
That's
becoming the
tough.
Nebraska of the Big 12.
And you're saying, well, at least we'll beat Oklahoma State.
Right.
You know, and
Everyone says that.
so that's pretty sad. That's a
Yeah.
rough situation.
It is
for
sad
them,
because
for sure.
I have a lot. That's what's maybe that's why I picked them. But like, I think I picked them in a sense. I respect K-State a lot,
I do too.
and yeah, like experience at K-State annoying as hell. I've never had a bad experience, but like, I respect the program. I respect what they've built, and I respect the kind of trajectory they've taken since the early 2000s onwards. But you're at this point where it's like, man, if we don't change something
Yeah.
and change it quick, you're
Well,
gonna be.
It's an
at the
interesting
bottom of the barrel.
story from a school that was literally at
Perennially
the
awful.
absolute
Yeah.
bottom of college football, the bottom of college football for decades. And then a donor wins the lottery, gives a lot of money. Bill Snyder comes on and he's brilliant. And he's catching it at a time when Oklahoma and Oklahoma State were under probation. So he's getting all these recruits. He figures out a Moneyball approach with junior college players, and he's producing tremendous outperformance.
Yeah.
And punching above, I mean, the guy should have played for a national title or could have in a number of instances. It
Mhm.
just was coming up short. And then as a program, it's like, can we get over the hump? And now you're in this little lull.
You're in a regression. right?
It is a little bit of regression. It's really concerning to see where they could go trajectory wise. They've got a great stadium. I really respect the fan base. From someone who was a doormat to what they accomplished, I respect that a lot. I think it's awesome. I mean, we all remember Red October. It was 25 years ago when that was the toughest of the three games. Well, them in Nebraska, that was
Arguably the toughest.
the two of the toughest games in the Red October that we faced in 2000. And
team
now
was
they're
good.
not
We had to play
there
them
anymore.
twice.
And yeah, we did. And that's tough. That's tough to overcome for
Well,
sure.
and like you look at the landscape. I mean, to your point with Kansas, Kansas is kind of figuring it out in terms of we got to pony up. Like if we're going to be competitive,
Yeah.
and I want to be competitive now, I got to pony up the money to do it.
Right.
And if K-State's not going to get on board with that, you start feeling like an Oklahoma State where I kind of just fall back and I'm going to watch everybody else and we're going to see what we can do.
K-State podcast. What are we doing?
It's becoming one all of a sudden.
It's just a weird.
It's a very
thing, man.
interesting
It's very
situation.
weird.
I mean, it's a
We're playing Temple this week.
they're Oklahoma State a few years removed. So they're not the flagship. They're not right next to the big money center area of the state with Kansas City, which Kansas is. So that's an interesting position for them to be on. It's just the landscape of college football that's interesting and changing. Well, let's change gears and let's talk about a prop bet of the week. Do you have a prop bet for us, Lucas?
Prop bet of the week.
Yes.
Over or under
Okay.
1.5 turnovers for Oklahoma.
Net?
Nope. Will we force 1.5 over or under?
So
We have 0 currently. Against Temple.
So
we have
it doesn't matter
0.
if we have 5 fumbles. You're
Doesn't matter.
saying
I'm not
Does
talking about the
defense
ratio.
create- Does the defense
This is
create
the on
4.5?
defense.
Or
1.5.
special teams.
Or special teams.
That's-
Or
We have
offense,
we
and
have
it really,
zero currently.
what about offense? We throw an interception and he fumbles
We
and we
strip
get
the
it.
ball. Yeah, no, that's,
That's
That is
gonna
a
count.
turnover.
That's a
Break-
turnover.
we're not counting those. We're counting.
No, we can't do that.
I can't.
All right,
So
so,
the defense cause.
so what counts? Defense or
special teams.
special
Defense,
teams?
special teams.
1.5?
1.5.
One
We're
and a
0
half.
for the season.
Why did you pick such a good
it's a good
number?
line. It's a good
Because
line.
I thought
I
I
wanted
it was too
to-
easy.
this one-
Everybody would go over.
I'll go
But a
over.
1.5, I don't know.
I'm a J. I go over.
I'll go over just because.
I think the
you're gonna
quarterback's going to throw the
We're
ball
due.
too.
I
I
think
think
you're
the
due.
quarterback's going to throw the ball. I think we're going to be on it.
Do. I don't believe in do.
I'm gonna
Um,
go under. I think we get one.
I'm gonna go under.
One.
I'm gonna go under as
I
well.
think we get one.
Overs, baby.
And then we're due.
I sure
I'll
hope
go
you're
under as
right.
long as we're due for Auburn.
I hope you're right. Oh, man, I hope you're
What
right.
if we
I
have
think
a
court-
turnover
I think-
and don't get one?
I
And it's
think-
5-0 for the season by the end of this game?
That's okay.
Man,
I think
That's
Peyton
okay.
Bowen gets his first interception of the
talking about-
season.
Grinch era here.
So tell us about how it works. Like, is it gonna be, so Bowen,
Bowen's going to have a pick.
wait, Peyton or Eli?
Peyton, because
Peyton.
Eli's not going to play.
Peyton gets in, oh, Eli's, is he
He's
still
still
hurt?
banged up.
So Peyton
I
gets
think
an
he's-
interception. Where's the second one? Special teams or?
No,
Or Mason Thomas.
Yeah,
I'm-
or Mason
I'm
Thomas?
Either I'm split between an R. Mason Thomas strip sack or a Cortland Guillory interception.
Wait, so do either of these result in points? Is it a pick six or a scoop and score?
I'm gonna say we don't result in any direct points off the turnover.
Yeah, that
itself.
Mateer leads us.
Yeah,
to
we
touchdown.
go when we score points off the turnover. It's not a pick six or a scoop and score.
No Kip 6.
Nope.
No Kip six.
No Kip 6. All right.
I think Kip is not gonna get a turnover this game.
Well, I'm gonna take the under just because I think that it's gonna be a game where we're not doing, here's something that creates turnovers. When you're doing a lot of dynamic stuff, and we're not gonna do a lot of dynamic stuff. So we're not gonna be out there
Base defense.
base defense. It's not gonna be a bunch of weird blitzes and it's just gonna be,
You don't think
3
we
and
throw some
out
stuff out there for
and
Auburn?
get it.
I don't know that we can necessarily base defense.
I don't think we can against this quarterback, to be honest.
it won't be so dynamic that it's gonna be create turnovers.
It's not, yeah, we're not gonna throw a lot of looks.
And I-
Like, I don't think we're gonna
Right,
throw anything
right.
crazy out there like we were throwing out last week. Like, I think it's, to your point, I think
I
base
just
is a
think,
good.
I
way to
just
say
think
it.
there's more contested balls.
I think it's
maybe
gonna
some batted
be
balls,
my man
maybe
against
some
your man,
fumbles,
our
maybe
man's gonna
some-
win.
I hope
So,
it's 3
bounce-
3-0.
I think some bounces go our way.
I'll say under, but if it's over, I'm gonna say it's over 2.5. I'm
I
gonna
like
say
it.
three.
Maybe three,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So I think it's a feast or famine situation.
I think that's a decent little side to the prop
I'll
bet.
go for it.
You know, if he, you know, if
What-
he loses,
do I hear five? Do I hear five?
if he loses on the under and he gets the over on
He
two
gets
and a
no credit.
half, he gets he gets some credit.
Nope, he doesn't.
Fair enough.
I'll-
So you
I'll
guys are
never get his
saying,
credit.
you guys are saying under, we're saying over.
Yep.
All right.
That's a great line.
Good line.
Thank you.
That's a
line, I
good
like it.
line. All right. So turnovers over under.
We should revisit
1.5.
the top bet of the week last week. I think we were all
We were
all wrong.
we're all right.
No,
well,
I said Ott's gonna have 97 rushing.
Well, no. We were all correct about
Oh,
he would be
who
the first.
got to carry.
Yeah.
The
That was the bonus
actual
part.
prop bet was, will he be the first running back with a carry? Yes, he was. All of us severely overestimated
Yeah.
how many yards he would get.
Me, as
And that's a problem. That continues to be a problem that we have to see addressed one way or the other. Now,
gotta start this week.
I don't know. I'd love to know what's going on with defense with Michigan. Are they keying in on everything? I mean, they've got a very good defensive line, a very good defense. Are they making it where the only way you're going to get yardage is Mateer? Jay, what did you say Mateer would have? You said a lot of yardage.
17 carries.
17 carries for a bunch of yards, and you were not
right there,
wrong.
dude.
You were
right
you were
there.
as good as right on that.
And it
He
was
ended up
what,
with
19 for
19,
74?
but 2 of them were sacks. So he literally carried it 17
Yeah.
times, I think.
So
I think he had 86 yards, maybe.
I think that's
He
right.
had 70,
That was
I
74.
think he had,
and I
74
said
yards.
86.
I think you said 17
Yeah.
for 86.
86, yeah. So
Well done.
well done.
Please don't run that much this week.
I think Ott's thing is, us as fans didn't know how little time he had in the spring. and then how little time he had once he got here in the fall.
So he's basically
back
gone,
beginning,
he's
like,
gone through, he's gone through a fall camp in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
essentially.
I think he's catching up to speed. And I'm hoping.
I hope that's
This
it.
could be his
texted
breakout
you-
game.
I texted to you guys.
The Rodney.
I'm hoping it's a little bit of a Rodney Anderson moment. Where,
Not Rodney, rest in peace,
yeah,
Rodney Anderson.
Who?
Yeah.
I don't
Rodney
recall-
Anderson was
I
legit.
don't remember the exact numbers, but I like the first 5 games of that season for Rodney Anderson. It was like 12 carries.
Rodney Anderson's first big game of that season was at Kansas State.
But I mean, it was like 12 carries for 36 yards. Like it was just,
Right.
It was
bad.
non-existent.
Right.
And he's just, oh, you're one of the best running backs in the country.
Well,
all of a sudden,
Who was our RB1 that year to start? Remember? Abdul freaking Adams,
You know,
who housed the 99-yarder against Baylor and then never did anything else again.
Well,
because he fumbled.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Then he went to Syracuse and didn't do anything there.
it's because he wasn't good.
That-
But
a tough story. It's funny. You see a speedster, but you know it's more than speedster when it comes to quality running back. You got to be able to hold the ball, and you got to be able to find your lane and get those consistent carries. We're all looking for the Kennedy Brooks style run,
I
right?
wanna see
We're looking
6
for a
to
guy
7
who
yards
can
a
make
carry.
it happen.
God,
Yeah.
Kenny Brooks he might be one of my favorite running backs.
it's just, and as we go on,
It's
he's
just
so much,
phenomenal.
Is
so much
the
more.
most underappreciated OU running back ever.
Yes.
I can think
Now,
of.
Because he
underappreciated.
sat out in COVID.
And that was frustrating.
And that
Damian Williams was a little underrated.
Damian Williams was
Yeah,
underrated.
but like his window was so
Season,
small
he
because he got hurt.
Yeah.
Ramondre is a little under.
Ramondre.
Ramondre
was
Ramondre
underrated
was
because
very
he
underrated.
was
Monster when he came out
dumb
from
and
suspension.
failed drug tests
Yeah.
and was stupid.
No, it was dumb
But
because he
just-
was caught in a dumb system that made it where you're
Agreed.
going to get a 6-game suspension.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That part was stupid.
But he did do
he's
it.
Under,
He did do
he's
it.
underappreciated because he didn't get the reps.
Very much
Just
so.
a pure running back with vision and
Patience.
when to cut. I don't know that I have personally in my lifetime watched anybody better.
He's the most patient running back OU's ever had.
So he's
in
not-
my
he's not-
time of
He's
watching,
not
the
fast. He's not overly strong. He's not overly athletic, and he got yard after yard after yard after.
but yard after
So-
contact was crazy.
So I would say that he benefited from being in a Lincoln Riley offense that was brilliant and opened up things for him that other running backs probably could have excelled with. All of that aside, he just ran the ball brilliantly. He just found a way
Glide.
to get the glide. Again, he was, talk about gliding. I mean, he's Mike Gaddis. That's how Mike Gaddis used to run back in the mid 80s. And it's just that you find these running backs who they just know how to run the ball. And as a coach, which we all have our doubts about DeMarco, you've got to be able to see the guy who can do that, give him the ball and say, look, I know, I get the metrics, I see what you're talking about, but I'm telling you, this guy's a baller. And he's the guy I want to have the football in a game who's going to be able to produce. If you can produce 6 yards a carry, that's incredible.
That was Robinson last year, though.
That's true.
And that's seemingly, at least in the first 2 games, it's Blaylock this year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what is our running back depth chart at this point? In my opinion, it's Blaylock. It's Blaylock right now. It's Blaylock, Ott, Barnes, Robinson.
Which is weird.
And Barnes is there because Barnes
No
pass
things.
blocking
So
is
Robinson-
ridiculous.
Robinson basically hasn't played, and
He hasn't-
Tatum hasn't played a snap.
I don't
Yeah.
know if Tatum may redshirt. Tatum may redshirt.
But how pathetic is it to have the number 1 running back in the country, 5-star kid, 5th on your depth chart?
Pathetic or a luxury? Is it a
It's
luxury?
Well, you said he quit playing baseball, focus on football.
Yeah. Well, he has an injury.
He's still injured.
So 5th or 4th? You say he's 4th.
Tatum or Robinson?
Tatum.
Tatum's 5th.
So yeah. Okay. Because
Blaylock, Ott, Barnes, Robinson,
Tatum. Yeah.
And you're
Now Tatum.
so like you can't not play Blaylock now. You can't not play him. He's been your most consistent back across 2 games.
Unless you need his shoulder.
Barnes is gonna leave after this year.
But you might need his shoulder.
You might, but like,
What do you think is going on in the running back room? Do you think that
No.
are they fighting for carries? Are they as in the dark as we are?
That's
mean,
my
what's
that's my
going on?
concern though. That's my concern.
So
Because we paid Robinson to stay. I'm sure Tatum's making a decent amount of money. one of those two guys is gonna leave, in my opinion. I don't think you keep.
Oh,
both of
if
them.
you're
Barnes is a senior, isn't he?
Barnes is gonna leave, but I don't think you keep. I don't think you keep
Tatum and
Tatum and Robinson next year.
isn't Barnes a senior?
Yeah,
So, he's gonna leave because he's done.
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
But sorry, yeah, Barnes will be done, but I don't think you keep Tatum and Robinson next year. I really don't.
If you can, it's a luxury.
Which is what it was this year. Which
Well, but you're
arguably,
not gonna have all.
arguably what it was
You
last
have
year.
to.
You have to keep.
You have to keep them. You're only gonna have
Blaylock
Blaylock.
and
Ott's a
Robinson.
senior.
and Sawchuck.
Ott's a
Yeah,
junior. Ott's a junior or senior?
Sawchuck
The
brother.
new Sawchuck, yeah.
What?
Yeah, Sawchuck
Yeah.
junior
Yeah,
brother.
Gabe.
Yeah.
Is a running back for us?
Mhm.
Yes, Gabe Sawchuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I don't think he's a.
So who do we have in the channel though? Don't we have a running back recruit?
I believe we do.
Oh, I'm sure we do.
I mean,
But
always-
you gotta have more than that. I mean, we'll have to hit the portal again.
I don't know. We'll see.
If you don't keep those guys, is what I'm saying.
It's
So
a
it-
weird. It's a weird position.
It
frustrates
continues to
the
be a
hell out of me.
really weird situation.
Like, I just wish we had a guy.
I think so. In the history of running backs, not OU running backs, but just running backs, don't you either have a guy or two guys?
I mean,
Right.
Arbuckle said he expects to play like two guys at the running back position a game.
Right.
Like he's gonna go with the guys with the hot hand.
Which is what we did last week.
and then you're
Close
gonna
it
get
out.
Barnes because he can pass.
But it's not just a hot hand. It's like I go back to the
You have to
guys
get him
who
in
are
a
the
flow
guys.
to ever get a hot hand.
Right. Well, you have that, and you have to know who can actually produce. So if you are in this like every week as a jockeying position, I don't understand how you ever establish who is actually the guy. You got to figure out who
You
is
got to
going to be
understand
that
the
guy.
guy so they can know they're the guy, so they can
Yeah.
go do the guy things.
Mhm.
Like,
And you show the other guy. I mean, if you're whoever, Tatum, whoever, you figure out if you want to play running back, you're established as one of the top two, or you're moving on to somewhere else because you want to play, and this is not going to be where you
Tatum
play.
won't touch the field this
Well,
season.
Sawchuck's at Florida State. He's not their main guy, and he left here to go there.
No, he's a one or two. He's a one or two.
He's
there.
a 2 or 3. He's not the one.
So, do you think he saw a writing on the wall that he didn't want to be part of a carousel?
Probably.
And that's bad, right?
He after seeing Robinson, he probably thought, "Oh, next year is going to be Barnes Robinson. I'm the third guy in this group.
So
I'm
how
leaving."
But that's what's weird about
And then they
DeMarco
ended
is that
up
he's
literally
playing
bringing it up.
it is.
like the fact that Blaylock is even getting the.
Well,
Which
I'll tell you
again-
what Sawchuck's thinking before Blaylock ever.
No,
comes in.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, and again, I know a lot of the Blaylock play right now is based on he was one of two guys that were available in camp, so he's getting run and he's making the most of it. Like he looks like right now, he looks like our best back. Like he really does, despite what Ott's getting paid and what he came in to do. But I mean,
And I still think it's going to be Robinson year after next. Like, I expect Robinson later in the year to come up and next year be the guy.
Well, let's talk about that because what I was thinking about was how surprised are we here at approaching game 3, and Ott is not the man. Didn't we think from everything we
Oh, yeah.
heard, Ott would be the man? And it was like,
Okay.
yeah, but it's the Jay's.
He didn't come in till
it's the
June,
Jay's point.
so he missed spring from injury. He comes in June. He's playing catch up in fall.
But he didn't even practice much fall.
Yeah, he didn't practice.
He
He
full
practiced
back
like
to fall.
hard, like half of the
So-
first week. of
so
fall.
shoot, I
mean,
guess
he may
maybe
not-
I was wrong because I thought it would be Ott is the clear number 1, and you've got a few guys vying for
I
number
think when
2.
he was healthy through fall camp, I think there was a very noticeable difference between him and the next person.
Well, and
That's what we heard,
But it
but
may
we're
be-
not seeing that.
maybe he
No,
is
but he-
because
but-
he's injured.
Or
I
just
thought it was gonna
got
be
injured and just
Ott,
hasn't. he's gotta
Robinson
get back
and
to that.
Barnes is how I thought.
that's how
I didn't think
thought
Blaylock
too.
was going to be ready, but obviously looks like he's going to be the guy.
One of those surprise guys, and that happens. So, what is our prediction for? Let's look ahead to late season. Who do we think is running back 1, running back 2 at that
I
point?
think it'll be Ott Blaylock.
I agree.
That's what we got to go on, right?
But
I think that's
but I do think
Best case scenario.
I
I
think that's
think-
the best scenario for us.
Ott right now though, even like when he's not, Ott is not good in pass pro,
No,
like at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
but watching video of him at Cal,
it may be Ott Barnes.
his sophomore year, he was a junior last year, right? His sophomore year when he had all the yardage and stuff, they used him in the pass game with swing passes. So
Yeah,
he
but
was-
like
take it to the house 70
How-
yards.
but how much of Arbuckle's offense is swing passes the
They
running
just do a
back?
swing pass to Barnes on a 3rd and 12 or whatever the hell it was the other day.
Yeah, I mean,
kept that drive going.
yeah,
I don't know. He was extremely dynamic his sophomore year,
he's got a block.
and it's not.
I
Like
think
he,
DeMarco cares about.
it's
the
not
block.
like he had his ACL or something. You know, he had a bum ankle last year. That it's not a lingering issue that's slowed him down a step or anything like that. So if he can get back to being healthy and look like he was as a sophomore, then he is an absolute weapon for us.
He's got a ways to go.
All right, well, let's conclude with what we think the score is going to be against the mighty Temple Owls. I'll lead us off because I know the score. You guys can predict whatever you want. The Sooners are going to come out. They're going to score, and they're going to score early and often. It's going to be really decisive. The Owls have put up a lot of points against a bunch of nobodies. It doesn't matter. 56-10. That's the score. What do you guys got?
I have 42-17.
Not too different, but still wrong. Okay.
45-17.
What do you got, Jay?
It was so close to yours. I'll just keep it though. I'll go 41-17.
41. What? Okay. How do we get to 41? 2 field goals?
Yeah.
17. Giving up 17 points to the Owls. Well, I could see a backdoor 7 at the end of the game. That's meaningless. That's the only way they get there. I
actually
struggle to see how they're getting at 10.
I think,
I think you're underestimating the passing game.
yeah, and that's what my thing too is like, I don't think we've been challenged a lot in the passing game, despite what Underwood did last week or didn't do. I think that they're not going to back away from throwing the ball that whole game.
Which
So,
might help us with the turnover number.
Turnover, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking that too.
well, I mean,
But I mean, they may throw it
so.
45 times. I don't know.
Yeah. I think they put the ball in their quarterback's hands, and I think some of that results in some positive results. But at the end of the day, we covered. So
So all of us have us covering. Bodes well for my lock of the week. We'll see what happens. We're going to talk about that. We're gonna be back here for a post game where we cover what's going to be a tremendous victory. It better be. It better.
you guys
You
want a
talked
live
about?
game to watch?
Didn't you talk about that?
I mean, I talked about it, but
I don't know how we're going to do that. Maybe we'll live stream a moment. Like we're going to pick a moment where we know we're going to have that turnover that'll get you guys the second turnover. We'll live stream that for the pick 6.
Fair enough.
I like that. Wait, well, we'll have all that and more on the post game. Until then, Boomer.
Sooner.